right, so today let's dive into the world of bees.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're always kind of just buzzing around us.
Right.
But we don't really think about them that much, but they're actually nature's tiny superheroes.
Yeah, they are pretty amazing.
So today we're gonna go on a deep dive into the fascinating world of bees and why they matter so much.
That's good.
We're gonna be looking at the book The Incredible World of Bees by Jack Reacher.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, me too. So I'm excited to kind of dig into it.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics.
Okay.
You know, everyone always says that bees are important for pollination,
Right.
but like, how crucial are they really?
Imagine like walking into a grocery store and like almost all the shelves are bare.
Oh, wow.
No apples, no oranges, no almonds. Even coffee and chocolate would be like super scarce.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's the reality we'd face without bees.
Wow.
They pollinate over 75% of the plants we rely on for food.
That's crazy. I had no idea it was that much.
Yeah, it's a lot more than most people realize.
So it's not just about honey then.
No, not at all.
It's about our entire food supply.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it even goes beyond food.
Oh, really?
Like, think about cotton. The clothes we wear, they depend on bee pollination too.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like these little creatures are just woven into like every aspect of our lives.
Really are.
So speaking of incredible, the book dives into some pretty amazing facts about honey.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everyone knows honey is sweet, but did you know that honey never spoils?
Oh, that's right.
They found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs.
Yeah, it's true. It's amazing how they create this natural preservative.
Yeah, how do they do that?
Well, they mix their saliva with nectar,
Huh.
and it creates this substance that's just naturally resistant to bacteria and fungi.
Oh, wow.
It's like nature's perfect pantry.
So they can just store food for years.
Yeah, for years, which is something that, like, we humans still struggle to do, like, without refrigeration.
That's mind-blowing. It's like they've cracked the code to long-term food storage.
Totally.
But it's not just about preserving food, right? Honey also has all these like medicinal uses.
Oh, absolutely. Like, during World War I, they actually used honey to treat wounds because of its antibacterial properties.
Really?
Yeah, and even today, like, it's being used in hospitals for burn treatments.
Huh. So it's not just a tasty treat. It's like a superpower in a jar.
Exactly.
This book is packed with these incredible bee facts.
Oh,
Like, for instance, do you know that they can recognize human faces?
yeah, it's true. They can remember patterns in individuals, much like we do.
Wow, that's wild. Okay, but get this. They have like a preference for classical music.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Bees have a taste for Mozart.
That's hilarious.
Right. Okay, this next one is a bit of a head-scratcher.
Okay.
Bees can sense the Earth's magnetic field.
I see.
What's that about?
Well, it's part of their navigation system.
Oh.
Even on cloudy days, they can still use the sun as like a compass. And their sensitivity to the Earth's magnetic field is like their internal GPS.
Really?
Yeah, helps guide them back to the hive.
So they're like these tiny buzzing explorers
Pretty much.
with a built-in map. That makes me wonder, could that magnetic sensitivity explain their ability to sense the electric fields of flowers, which the book also mentions?
That's a really interesting thought.
Yeah.
It's possible that those two senses are, like, related.
Okay.
We know that flowers emit weak electric fields,
Okay.
and bees use this to identify which flowers have the most nectar.
So they're not just flying around randomly.
No.
They're using these incredible senses to pinpoint the best food sources.
Exactly.
That's remarkable. Okay, another thing that's always fascinated me is the honeycomb.
Yeah.
Those hexagonal cells are just so perfect, it's almost like they were designed by an architect.
Well, in a way they were.
Mm-hmm.
The hexagonal shape isn't just aesthetically pleasing. It's incredibly efficient.
Okay.
It allows for maximum storage space using the least amount of wax.
Wow.
Keeps the hive light and durable.
So they're not just brilliant honeymakers,
Nope.
they're master architects and engineers.
That's right.
And then there's the whole social structure of a bee colony.
Right.
It's like a perfectly organized miniature city.
Absolutely.
So you have the queen, whose main role is laying eggs,
Right?
and the worker bees who handle like everything else from collecting nectar to caring for the young.
Yeah,
And then the drones, whose primary function is mating.
exactly. Everybody has their job.
Wow. And then let's not forget about their incredible communication system.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more about that waggle dance. How do they actually communicate through dance?
Okay, so imagine this.
Okay.
A bee returns to the hive after finding a great patch of flowers.
Okay.
It starts doing this intricate dance,
Uh-huh.
waggling its body and moving in specific patterns.
Wow.
The other bees watch closely, and they decipher the dance to learn the direction, the distance,
Really?
and even the quality of the nectar source.
So they're sharing like a treasure map
Basically.
through dance moves. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It makes you appreciate the complexity of their world.
Right.
But sadly, as we're learning, their world is facing some serious threats.
Yeah, it's true.
As we expand our cities and industrial farming practices,
Yeah.
we're encroaching upon their natural habitats and disrupting the delicate balance of ecosystems.
Definitely.
The book talks about habitat loss,
Right.
pollution, and pesticides as major threats.
Yeah, all big problems.
Can you break down how those things specifically harm bees?
Sure. So habitat loss reduces the areas where they can forage for food and build their hives.
Okay.
Pollution can contaminate their food sources
Oh, right.
and weaken their immune systems.
Oh, wow.
And pesticides, especially a class called neonicotinoids, can be highly toxic to bees.
Really?
Yeah, they can affect their navigation, their learning, and even their ability to reproduce.
That's awful. And then there's that mysterious colony collapse disorder where entire hives are wiped out.
Yeah, just gone without a trace.
What do we know about that?
Well, it's a complex issue.
Oh,
Multiple contributing factors, likely a combination of the threats we've already discussed,
okay.
possibly along with parasites and diseases. It's a stark reminder of how fragile bee populations are
Yeah.
and how interconnected their health is to our own.
It's definitely a wake-up call. So knowing all this, what can we as individuals do to help? It can feel overwhelming to think about tackling these huge problems.
I know, but there are actually a lot of simple things we can do that can make a big difference.
Oh, good.
Even just planting bee-friendly flowers in our gardens or balconies can provide them with much-needed food sources.
Okay, that's encouraging. I'm already feeling inspired to create a little bee haven in my backyard.
That's great.
What else can we do?
Avoiding the use of pesticides in our own gardens is a big one. Supporting local beekeepers and buying their honey helps them maintain healthy hives.
Right.
And just spreading awareness about the importance of bees and the threats they face can inspire others to take action too.
So it's clear that protecting bees isn't just some abstract environmental issue.
No.
It's about protecting our food supply, our ecosystems, and ultimately our own well-being.
Exactly.
It's amazing how much we've learned about these tiny creatures already.
Yeah, they're fascinating.
But I have a feeling there's so much more to discover.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The world of bees is full of mysteries and wonders waiting to be explored.
Absolutely. You know, it really is remarkable, like how much we can learn from these tiny creatures and just how much they actually impact our lives.
Yeah, their world is full of surprises.
It really is.
Speaking of surprises,
Yeah.
the book mentions some recent scientific discoveries about bees that are just mind-blowing.
Oh, really?
For example, did you know that bees can sense the electric fields of flowers?
I remember reading that. But honestly, I didn't quite grasp like what that meant. How does that even work?
So flowers emit weak electric fields,
Okay.
and bees have evolved the ability to detect these fields.
How?
It's like this extra sense that helps them locate the flowers with the most nectar.
So it's not just about sight and smell then.
Right.
They're actually sensing the energy of the flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild. It's almost like they're plugged into nature's power grid in a way.
It's a fascinating example of how interconnected everything is in nature
Right.
and how much we still have to learn about the hidden ways organisms communicate and interact with their environment.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are just waiting to be discovered.
Totally.
And speaking of interconnectedness, the book talks about how bees are essential for maintaining the balance of our entire planet,
Right.
not just our food supply.
Yeah, their importance goes way beyond honey production or even just pollinating the crops we eat.
Right.
They're vital to the survival of countless plant and animal species.
So it's like a domino effect.
Bees pollinate the plants.
Yeah.
The plants provide food and shelter for animals.
Yeah,
And those animals impact other species and so on. It's all connected.
exactly. They're a keystone species,
Okay.
meaning their role is crucial for the health and stability of entire ecosystems.
And without them,
The ripple effects would be devastating.
it's kind of frightening to imagine a world without bees.
Yeah.
It really highlights how fragile our planet is
Yeah.
and how much we depend on these seemingly small creatures.
It definitely emphasizes the urgency of protecting them.
Right, and we talked about things that individuals can do,
Uh-huh.
but what about on a larger scale?
Yeah.
What's being done to, like, address these threats?
Well, the book talks about how scientists and environmental organizations are working hard to find solutions.
Okay.
There's ongoing research into the causes of colony collapse disorder, and there's a push for more sustainable agricultural practices that are less harmful to bees.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
No, definitely not. There's hope that we can turn things around.
There's definitely hope, but it's going to require collective effort.
Yeah.
It's becoming increasingly clear that protecting bees is everyone's responsibility,
Right.
from governments and corporations to individuals like you and me.
I think that's like a key takeaway from this whole deep dive.
Yeah.
Bees aren't just some like abstract concept
Yeah.
or a cute fuzzy creature on a poster.
Yeah.
They're vital to our survival, and we need to start treating them with the respect and care they deserve.
Couldn't agree more. We need to shift our perspective. See them not just as honeymakers, but as partners in sustaining life on Earth.
Right, and speaking of seeing things from a different perspective,
Yeah.
the book mentions something else that really captured my imagination.
Oh, yeah.
NASA sent bees to space.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bees in space.
That's incredible.
I know, right? What was the purpose of that?
It was an experiment to study how microgravity affects their behavior and movement.
Wow.
Imagine, like being a bee floating around in a spaceship.
That's crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
I can't even wrap my head around that.
Right.
Do they experience, like, space sickness?
I don't know.
Can they still build those perfectly hexagonal honeycombs in zero gravity?
It's amazing.
So many questions.
It's a testament to human curiosity
Yeah.
and our desire to understand the world around us, even in the most unexpected places.
Right.
It also highlights the incredible adaptability of bees.
It really does make you wonder what other secrets we might uncover about these amazing creatures in the years to come.
There's still so much we don't know,
Yeah,
which makes learning about them all the more exciting, wouldn't you say?
absolutely. This deep dive is already full of aha moments.
I bet.
I'm particularly intrigued by the fact that bees can actually learn and adapt, as the book mentions.
Yeah,
They can solve puzzles
that's right.
and even recognize patterns.
It's truly remarkable.
It is.
It challenges our assumptions about intelligence and consciousness in the animal kingdom. What if bees are capable of far more than we give them credit for?
Yeah.
What if they have their own forms of understanding and wisdom that we're only just beginning to glimpse?
That's a thought-provoking question. If bees could talk to, what stories would they tell us about their world?
Yeah.
What insights could they offer?
Perhaps by observing them, learning from them, and protecting them,
Yeah.
we might just begin to understand.
This conversation is really opening my eyes to the incredible world of bees.
Cheers.
I feel like I have a whole new appreciation for their beauty,
Yeah.
their intelligence,
Mhm.
and the crucial role they play in our lives and the health of our planet.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
Likewise.
I hope this deep dive inspires you to continue learning about bees and advocating for their protection.
I definitely will. And I encourage all our listeners to do the same. As we're wrapping up this deep dive into the world of bees,
Yeah.
you know, one image that keeps coming back to me, it's that idea of bees sensing the electric fields of flowers. It's just such a vivid reminder of how much more there is to discover about these creatures.
It really speaks to the complexity of nature.
It does.
You know,
Yeah.
There are all these hidden layers of
Yeah.
interaction and communication
Right.
that we're only just beginning to understand.
Yeah.
It's like we've been looking at the world with blurry vision, and now we're finally starting to see things in high definition.
It makes you wonder what else we might be missing.
Totally.
What other amazing abilities bees possess that we haven't even imagined yet.
Right, and that's what makes studying the natural world so endlessly fascinating.
Yeah.
There's always a sense of wonder
Right.
and a drive to uncover the next secret.
Yeah.
But even beyond the scientific curiosity, I think there's a deeper lesson here
Okay.
about our relationship with nature.
Absolutely. It's a reminder of how much we depend on these seemingly small
Right.
and insignificant creatures.
Yeah.
We often overlook the vital role they play in keeping our planet healthy and vibrant.
It's humbling, isn't it?
It is.
These tiny insects, buzzing about their business,
Yeah.
are holding up entire ecosystems
Right.
and even contributing to our own survival.
It's incredible.
And to think, they've been doing this for millions of years.
Oh, no.
Perfecting their craft, building these incredible societies, adapting to ever-changing environments.
They really are a testament to the power of nature,
Yeah.
the resilience of life,
Mhm.
and the interconnectedness of all living things.
Yeah, if we could truly grasp that interconnectedness,
Right.
imagine how differently we might approach our own place in the world.
That's a profound thought.
It is.
Protecting bees isn't just about saving a single species.
No.
It's about preserving the intricate web of life that sustains us all.
Exactly. And as we've learned, it doesn't require grand gestures or complicated solutions.
Right?
Sometimes the most impactful actions are the simplest ones,
Yeah, like what?
like planting a bee-friendly garden,
Okay.
choosing organic produce at the store,
Right.
even just educating ourselves and others about the importance of bees.
Yeah. These small acts can ripple outward and create a positive impact.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener for me.
That's great to hear.
I'm walking away with a renewed sense of wonder,
Yeah.
a deeper appreciation for these tiny creatures, and a stronger commitment to doing my part to protect them.
That's wonderful to hear. Knowledge is only as valuable as the actions it inspires.
Right.
So let's all be ambassadors for bees, spreading awareness,
Yeah.
advocating for their protection, and ensuring their survival for generations to come.
To all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
we encourage you to take a moment to observe these amazing creatures in action. You might be surprised by what you discover.
Yeah.
Plant a flower,
Right?
support your local beekeeper,
Yeah.
learn more about their fascinating world. Every little bit helps.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep learning, and keep buzzing with curiosity.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the incredible world of bees.